The subject of today's Resident Evil review is the most controversial yet, with emphasis on the yet part. Some of my friends told me to skip this game entirely, while others told me that it's absolutely worth picking up during a sale. That's right, we're talking about 2020's Resident Evil 3 Remake. And here's the thing, I didn't play the original, so I have nothing to compare this to. I did almost skip this game, but it was on sale for under $10. Plus, I'd heard that some of my friends beat this game in one sitting when it came out, so for that price and that small of a time commitment, it was hard for me to say no. But a lot of fans justifiably had some pretty big issues with this game on release, especially given its cut content and short runtime. So, is this game worth experiencing at a discount, or is this entry in the series truly worth skipping? This is my review of Resident Evil 3 Remake. First off, I'd like to elaborate on the value. Initially priced at $60, though quickly lowered to $40, the frustration with this game is warranted. On first playthrough, I clocked in at almost exactly 5 hours. That's pretty short for a AAA game. I paid less than $10, and at that price, this game is an absolute steal. You get high-quality visuals, tight action, and polished gameplay, plus Jill Valentine, who this series has been sorely lacking for many years now. In fact, the last of her canonical appearances is 2009's Resident Evil 5, in which she played a relatively minor role, although Resident Evil Revelations released more recently in 2012. I actually didn't know how little Jill there would be after this game. I was always under the impression that everyone comes back for Resident Evil 6, so I was disappointed to learn that's not the case. This is really one of the last times you play as this character, again with the exceptions being Revelations and the DLC for Resident Evil 5. For many, it's incredibly frustrating that Resident Evil Nemesis, often hailed as one of the best in the series, got such a half-assed remake, especially since this series has been neglecting Jill Valentine for well over a decade. But again, I'm coming at this game from a very different angle. I wasn't aware of how few Jill games there are while playing, so I wasn't thinking about it in that way. But let's talk about Jill. I think this is one of the positives actually, something that this game does well. I feel that Resident Evil 3 Remake elevates this character. Now, again, I can't compare her portrayal to the original, but I'll say this. Jill rocks in this game. Her backstory and motivations are, albeit briefly, established immediately during the game's opening scenes. You see her as a person suffering from PTSD after the first game's events at the Spencer Mansion, otherwise known as the Mansion Incident. Jill is determined to expose Umbrella's wrongdoings no matter what. However, the police department itself is under Umbrella's influence. As a result, she's been suspended from the force and ordered to remain at home. Meanwhile, her apartment appears to be under round-the-clock surveillance. The entire city seems to be under Umbrella's control. Coming off the first game and learning all that's transpired for her since we last saw her, it's hard not to be invested in her journey through Raccoon City, especially because she's just trying to survive in this absolute hellscape and on the run from a relentless pursuer. Now, some of you may have played this game and not even realized that a lot of this story is in there because it is pretty quickly glossed over. There's a lot of exciting plot elements at the start of the story that hardly ever get fleshed out or expanded upon, which is definitely a little disappointing. Regardless, Jill's character is one of the highlights of this remake for sure. Now, let's talk about the big bad, Nemesis, aka the new Mr. X. On one hand, he's an awesome villain, his design is really cool, and he really feels like a threat every time he returns. He adds a lot of tension and urgency that keeps you on edge, especially in the more open areas where Nemesis can pop up at any time. But he is also pretty frustrating at times. I'd say that he's not as finely tuned as Mr. X was in terms of gameplay, that is. He's supposed to be this constant threat, but there were moments where his appearances felt more like a nuisance than an engaging challenge. Sure, you can temporarily stun him and he'll drop some ammo or something, which is a nice difference from Mr. X. But that usually means using up tons of ammo and resources too, and sometimes he can feel like more of a roadblock than a cool, intense boss fight. Sometimes he moves really fast, like knocking you out before you even know it hit you. So for those reasons, I feel that this type of enemy was handled better with Mr. X. As for the gameplay itself, I really enjoyed the combat. The controls feel smooth, the shooting is satisfying, and I found myself getting into the rhythm of managing my ammo and picking my battles, as with any other great Resident Evil title. That said, I do agree with the criticism that this remake lacks some of the puzzle solving and exploration depth that made the earlier entries in the series so memorable. The game focuses a lot more on fast-paced action and less on the slow burn tension of the previous titles. And even some of the action gets a little repetitive. In the cutscenes, I felt like Jill kept getting knocked back by some explosion, or Nemesis would keep grabbing her by the head. There's a lot of action here, but in terms of variety, it's a mixed bag. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it did make the game feel a little more forgettable when compared to the other Resident Evil games that I've played. It's one of those experiences where I enjoyed the ride, but once I was done, I didn't feel the need to go back and play it again. That's a shame because this series really does thrive on replayability, but Resident Evil 3 Remake doesn't offer much in terms of that, and there's not much here that makes you want to revisit it. However, I did go back and replay the first couple hours because something happened to my recording at one point, and I lost about 30 minutes of gameplay. So for the sake of capturing all the cutscenes for this channel and this review, I played up until that point again and recaptured. If you're so inclined, I'd appreciate you giving this video a little like for the extra effort, but no worries if not, I get it. No pressure, no pressure. Now, I know I'm gonna catch some heat here, but yes, I am only playing the remakes of these first 4 titles, at least for now, while I race to catch up on the series before 9 comes out. I've never played the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, or any of the original titles for that matter, and I know that's kind of sacrilege for some fans, but hear me out. If it wasn't for these remakes, I probably wouldn't have given this series half the attention that I have now. The remakes have a more modern sensibility to them that just clicks with me. It took me a really long time to get into a rhythm with Resident Evil 1 Remake. Right now I don't have the time or patience to go back to older games that may not hold up as well in terms of controls, pacing, or visuals. These remakes are a fantastic entry point for people like me who want to experience the essence of Resident Evil without necessarily going back to some of the more retro mechanics. But I have tremendous respect for the original titles and the legacy they built, and I've watched a ton of gameplay of them online, so please don't crucify me. Thank you. I am very sorry. Overall, I had a pretty great time with Resident Evil 3 Remake. Sure, it's short. Sure, Nemesis can be a pain. And yes, it doesn't have the same replayability as other games, but even so, it's an incredibly well-made action game that kept me engaged from start to finish. Jill is awesome, the action is fun, and while the story may not be the most memorable, the experience was enjoyable enough for me to look past its shortcomings. Especially if you can grab it on sale like I did. Next up is Resident Evil 4, the most hyped up game in the entire series. Does it live up to its impossibly high expectations to a newcomer like me? I'm very excited to talk about it, and I'll have plenty to say in the next video. But before that, don't worry, I watched the full cutscene movie of Code Veronica in between. I held off on playing it because there are rumors that it's getting a remake, and I really hope that's true. Watching the first half of the game was pretty uninteresting, but in the second half, the story really ramps up and never slows back down. These first 3 Resident Evil games are technically part of a trilogy, but I feel like Code Veronica deserves a 4th slot at the end. It's a fantastic and very important send-off to the story that's set up in these first 3 games. I truly feel that it's an essential piece of the narrative that's worth diving into before moving on to Resident Evil 4. A remake of Code Veronica specifically would be so cool. I hope the rumors are true. I will definitely be playing and reviewing all the future remakes regardless. No question. Anyway, this has been my take on Resident Evil 3 Remake. I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially if you've played the original. Do you enjoy this game despite its shortcomings? Or do you think it really missed the mark? Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Never Leaves the House. Thank you so much for watching. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy a highlight reel of my time with this game.
this pandemic has spread faster than any disease in modern history.
Okay, I heard that this came out in 2020, like a month after the pandemic started or something like that. Hey, there's the jab. Oh! There's so many other people he could be going after. Why me?
Okay.
Oh my god, bro. This is harassment at this point. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
I'm fine.
Personal space. Okay, I get it.
Easy, man. Don't take it so personally.
Hey, what do you know about that monster?
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's no zombie. It knows what it wants and won't stop till it gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
Enough, bro. Your comments are weird, tricky, and strange.
Hey, Captain. This fine young lady could use our help.
Fine young lady. Get over yourself, bro.
Maybe. Surely a tall drink of water like yourself can put out a few flames.
This guy in his comments.
Fuck you.
He's really getting to me. Dodge. Dodge. Dodge charger. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, ew. This the Rule 34 scene? What the fuck? No! Damn it, dude. This guy's a lot more annoying than Mr. X. Oh my god. Okay. Dude, what the fuck? Go. Get up.
She's unreliable. Can't pull the trigger when it counts.
Hey, take it easy.
Dude, the whole theme of this game is men are trash.
She'll get you killed.
Nemesis included. English, please. No! This is great. What are you talking about, Jill? I can't seem to get ahead. Oh no! Do a barrel roll.
What was that?
Well, if it isn't my old nemesis. R.I.P. in front of the RPD, Brad. Whoa, you're not dying. There we go. Wow, bye Brad. Bye Braddy. Hardly knew ya.
Dr. Bard.
Bard, Brad just died. His name is close to yours.
Oh, thank God.
Am I the only one who made it?
Oh, you got some nice plot armor, damn. Oh, too early.
A mine in front of me.
Yeah, I probably should stick to the mines. The children yearn for the mines. No, come down. You weren't supposed to go that way.
You're about to take a nasty fall.
Oh, that worked. Cool. Ooh! King Konged his way down that building. Oh, Bard ended up like Brad.
Tyrell.
A similar name, similar fates.
He's been shot.
And you're dead now. I mean, you were dead and you came back, but now you're dead again. I haven't taken my PTSD pills this morning. I like that she didn't do that stereotypical jump out of bed, gasping for air.
Where am I?
Jill.
Oh, what's up?
Tyrell.
Saw it. Jill, quick, close your mouth. He's Jill obsessed in a way that is not healthy, and none of us know why.
Look, just so you know, this is the last fucking time.
Yeah, it better be. I've about had it with this nemesis. What is that? Oh my god. Look at this gun! Holy shit. This is like full-on anime at this point in the best way possible. Oh, nice.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
This is payback for that Rule 34 scene.
Do it! You have to! There's no other way.
Oh, that's me. Oh, I missed. Oh, it's okay. Whoops.
I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
Good. Fuck them. 5 hours. Yeah, that was pretty quick, but that was fun.